Hi y'all, this is Ken with Andrea Cans, and today I'm going to pack a pack of pickled peppers out of our garden. So I'm going to slice the butts. I'm going to put them in my jar. I've got chilies and jalapenos, and they're lovely peppers. Look at the size of that chili. It's a beautiful. But I'm going to pickle them all, and we'll use them for in salsas. It doesn't matter if they're pickled or not, because it's a pepper. It's still gonna be there. We'll use them in deviled egg or pickled eggs. So all I'm gonna start doing, these have all been washed. Start cutting the tips off and slice them up into little rounds. Chilies and jalapenos, amazing. They look the same when they're pickled. Some are hotter than others. And then come January, I will, here's a jalapeno. I will pull 1 or 2 jars of them and I will cook them down and make my world famous wing sauce, which is way too hot for little Andrea. She can't, nope. Sometimes it's way too hot for Kim. But I'll have some habaneros to add to that, so I won't be just these guys. When I make wing sauce, I make wing sauce. I make it hot. So I'm gonna dice up all these. I'm gonna put them in the pot. Like yay. Start filling my bowl. Miss Andrea's gonna go to the kitchen. She's gonna start sanitizing some jars. And make me up some pickling brine, and then we're going to brine them off, and hopefully the rain holds off. We got rain coming, they said, and I'll take them to the outdoor canner and we'll get them canned up. Otherwise I'll have to do them in the house, but it's not a major. Lost that one right to the garbage can, but that's okay. One little ring isn't gonna make or break me. I'm just gonna sit here and dice up chilies and jalapeno, and then we're gonna pack some peppers, and then we're gonna pickle them. So I'm gonna be the pickle packer today for making peppers. So I hope you guys will enjoy this episode. Of course, later into this, I'm probably gonna dig into a couple of them just to see how hot they are before we actually jar them up and see what I'm going to be in for as far as making pickled round chips and stuff for making tacos, burritos. I might even split a few sideways so I can do some long ones. These would be great in Italian beef or anything that you might want a long, warmer pepper in. Maybe dice them up for some spaghetti or something like that. I don't know. We'll think about many options. I do kind of like, maybe I might do some long ones just for throwing in a Italian beef. Sounds pretty good. So, all right, guys. I'll tell you what. She's gonna get things ready to go here. She's about done with her work. She's gonna jar me up get some jars ready for me. Make the brine, and we'll be back and we'll show you the take here. Talk to you in a few. All right. Bye, everyone. Alrighty, everyone. I diced up a bunch, not diced, but sliced a whole bunch of chilies and jalapenos. And Miss Andrea, instead of slicing them into spheres, said they worked so good last year, we're just going to leave them whole, and we'll can them that way in the quart jars. So, and I agreed. I said, well, that's fine. That's less chopping I have to do. So we'll have some holes, but I will have a bunch of slices for tacos or whatnot, and I suppose I should use this. And I'm gonna fill my jars. And then she's already got me some garlic brine made. Pack them in here, because they're gonna shrink and gain some air. And that's a good thing, I guess. There's one little jar. Do. Pushing in the pepper slices. But they taste good on tacos, burritos, anything that you want to add a little hotness to. Or even if you just want to eat a few by yourself. Which I've been known to grab a couple slices and just go, just to warm it up a little bit. I've put them on bologna sandwiches before too. I ain't opposed to doing that. Throw them in some chili sauce. Make like a queso out of them. Throw them in some chili. Miss Andrea's shaking her head and saying she agrees. Many different ways you can add a little heat to something and make it taste so good.
This is Andrea. You guys, I've been really quiet letting Kim work on the peppers, and I've been working upstairs in my office, and I want to say that he's made me jalapeno poppers for dinner. And I'm going to show you what that looks like after he's finished filling these jars up. I can't wait. It's going to taste so good. It's going to make me corn on the cob as well as hamburgers. So I'm really excited about all that. It sounds really good. I'm hungry. I think all I had today is a tomato.
It's a good thing we got a beautiful
2 tomatoes at lunch hour.
Beautiful smoker that doesn't care if it's raining or not. Get it lit up and it won't care. What's left of my roof will keep me dry out there. I'll be just fine.
We've had a heck of a time with our awnings this year, haven't we?
Almost all of them in there. So that worked out pretty good.
Today our dogs went and got groomed.
Yes, they look small.
They look so nice. I'm really quite appreciative and thankful. I was trying to groom them myself, and that just was not working out for us, or for them either.
No, they looked like they got a hold of a pair of scissors at age 2.
I know.
And went and hid in a corner somewhere.
That's my own fault. I tried though.
All right. So there's 4 pints of slices. That's pretty good. Now let's see how well I can pack in holes into quarts. Because that's a big boy right there. Just have to pop his top down in there a little bit. I gotta go all kinds of directions to fill up a jar correctly, so. And you want to stick in some small ones and big ones, and everybody's gonna be happy. And then they're all gonna go together into the jacuzzi. I like this way because I don't have to cut the ends off or nothing. The brine cooks in, pickles. Obviously, it's going to leave a big air gap, so I won't have to air bubble these. Those I will. Once we put the brine in them, I'll have to do that. Man. Alright. It's kind of like packing pickle spheres. I get picky about fitting everything into a jar. Stuff in some more smallies. See how much as much as I can get in there. Small ones, big ones. Everybody comes into they all pickle. They all will transfer their heats to each other. It will be a lovely, lovely thing.
I'll put this in roast beef too.
Mm-hmm.
Cook off a roast beef or put roast beef in a crock pot and add a couple of these peppers. Boy, will it ever taste good too.
I think I'm gonna call that one pickle packed.
Pretty jars in. He's just been down here just working away. I was upstairs working away for work, and
I had to make sure I made jalapeno poppers first. Oop, I just broke that one. It'll never pickle correctly. Yes, it will. Had to make sure I didn't jar everything up, and she pulled a few off to make some salsa for this weekend.
And also there's some in the freezer. Our early girl peppers came on early, and so I froze them. I didn't have a huge abundance quite yet, so they're in the freezer. And I will use them, bring them out and chop them up and throw them into my salsa. And it was kind of rainy and damp today. Kim was gonna go out to the garden, but to check on the tomatoes, I can see all kinds of red out there again. I suspect we're gonna get over another 75 to 100 tomatoes.
We've got plenty on the shelf already.
I think there's only like 60 now, but we got most of them all canned. Salsa's next to my Texas friend. Salsa's next.
Salsa. Nobody likes salsa.
Peaches. Should I make some peach salsa?
Oh, no, I didn't care for that.
You didn't care for that?
No.
Okay.
It's like a waste of a good peach.
Well, I wasn't sure because I could take 6 or 7 and make peach salsa.
Not that it didn't turn out good. A lot of people did enjoy it, but it's, I don't.
That's fine, honey.
So why jar something that I won't eat? You know?
Exactly. That's why I just mentioned it. Thought maybe
the corn salsa, though, I do enjoy that, but I
that
don't eat it near as much as the regular salsa. So this will work out just fine. You did a nice job on jars. So I'm gonna, if you could be ever so nice to bring me my brine.
I will. I'm going to put these folks on hold so they don't have to see the transition.
What?
Yes, you'll be just fine.
All right. Okay, everyone. We got the brine. It's time. I'm going to do the little guys first. Time to put a little brine on them, get them pickled. And this is just a garlic vinegar water brine. Kosher salt.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Ma. There you go, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I had you just at your...
Kosher salt in this too.
No, pickling salt.
Pickling salt. No dill. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same stuff. I'm going to fill them and then I'll debubble them. And sometimes as you just let them sit there, as that one's doing, the bubbles will come up. They'll debubble themselves. But I'll still work it through there just to make sure. Because these do fit a lot tighter together than those do, so.
The only thing I really don't worry about debubbling truly is our eggs. I just don't want to.
No, you don't want to
Some,
stab them.
some
But there's enough air gap between those two, so.
Hey now, stop it, girls. Stop it.
Those you can just basically thump on the table and it'll bring the bubbles up. So.
Did you say? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, the eggs. You just kind of thump
I
those
don't
on the
understand
table.
those. Stop it now, girls. Stop.
All right.
If it's this cool tomorrow, I think I'll get up early and make some bread.
Ooh,
Does that sound good?
some homemade bread.
I tried to make Jody some homemade bread for her birthday, but it didn't cook properly for me.
Oh, she got peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies instead. So I think it's cool enough where I'm not going to be afraid of lighting the oven. And it's a really simple recipe. I'll show you all that tomorrow. All right, now stop it, please.
Neighbor dogs are talking, so my dogs have to talk too.
Hey, stop it now. We know when someone comes by this house, don't we?
What's that? No,
You said we certainly know when someone's here or comes by the house for sure.
that's for sure. Where the air bubbles come out of that.
Oh, that's
Bubble,
great.
bubble,
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 bubble.
bubble, bubble.
Do I need to make you some more, or are you gonna
Might
be
need
okay?
a little bit more, but we'll see what happens here.
I think you might need a little bit more in there, sweetheart. Just a tittle. But of course, that's my bad habit, not yours. All right, you guys, I'm gonna put you all on hold a minute and make him some more brine. Bye.
Hi everybody. Looks like I got 4 pint jars, 3 quarts of whole peppers, and I have a platter of jalapeno poppers to put on the grill later this evening for Miss Andrea. So I've been busy doing my thing. I have to debubble. The only thing I forgot to grab is the white vinegar and a towel. I'll get it. I'll just debubble these real quick.
Okay.
I know where it's at. It won't take me but a second to grab them. So. Debubble down into the jar.
He's been on his own doing this today, you guys. I have not had
Unsupervised.
You were unsupervised yet again, and I've been busy with work, and it's been a really good day, and learned a lot, and visited with some of my fellow co-workers, which makes me really happy. And
All right.
learned about Illinois Defense Manufacturing Day, which is cool. I already knew about it on August the 15th in Chicago, and
Okay, there. Just
There you
grab me
go,
a
huh?
towel and white vinegar. Yeah. White vinegar. Here I am. I wouldn't leave you guys high and dry, I promise. The white vinegar, wipe the rims down.
now as we can these, you guys, they will shrink within the jar. They won't look like this by the time we're done. They won't shrink too much, especially the long peppers, but the short little guys, the ones that have been sliced, they will condense when they're finished cooking in the hot water bath canner. And I think I'm gonna do these guys, 20 minutes from when boil starts. I know where these peppers came from. They're my peppers, and I know how I cleaned them. We know where they were harvested, which is right in our garden, so I know that they are,
There's no chemicals
there's
on
no
them.
chemicals or anything with them, so I'm quite pleased that we had such a good year, have had such a good year with peppers and tomatoes. Kim says I do have 1 acorn squash growing, and the 1
I hope it turns out too.
cucumber plant I keep praying over just keeps expanding in my garden with all kinds of beautiful yellow blooms. I suspect we won't see anything harvested from this until September, probably right around our birthdays.
Oh, put the lids on them.
Now watch how he does this. He does not over tighten his rings or his lids. I want to show you how he does this. This works really well for us. It's called finger tight. It's something that mechaners use, and also people who are knowledgeable with mechanics and those kinds of things understand finger tight to be able to remove screws and whatever bolts, whatever you've got going on. So
See, I just I'll use my thumb and my middle finger, and I'll just, till I can't move it no more. That's finger tight, not over torquing, because I could over torque it with my hands, but get them started on there. I've got all varieties of lids. Some that don't even have a name on them. So I just, my middle finger and my thumb, once I get them started on there, I just get them lined up, and just my middle finger and my thumb. That's all it takes. You over tighten things, you risk you risk buckling your lids when you got them in the canner. It's going to get too hot, the air has no place to go. So it's going to create its own way out. So that's buckles your lid. 2, if it's over tight, it's an old jar. Air wants to come out. Next thing you know, you have a blowed out bottom, and then all your goodness is floating around in your canner.
That doesn't make it happy, Andrea.
No, it doesn't, and it's happened.
That was, but we were
Leslie,
learning.
we've been learning.
We learned that. That was on me.
Finger tight has been a
specifically
I've
relish
really
4 years ago.
managed doing my finger tight, and that just popped because I had pushed it down.
That was a false seal, you guys. It hasn't, yeah.
No, I was holding it down.
Oh, were you holding it down?
So it wouldn't turn.
You still have to boil it regardless if it pops.
Right. So once I get them all, there you go, just like that.
So I'm going to show you something. I haven't been very chatty today. I've been at work and I'm dealing with like a sinus headache or something like that. But one of my favorite jar lids, they're called Superb, and we love them. We get them at Farm King here in Kiwani. You want to show them? Mm-hmm. And Kim actually found these jars while he worked there, and they work really well. I won't use these guys because of how good they are for anything I vacuum seal. I use these guys for heavy duty products.
For canning. Solid, good, American quality, made in the USA lids.
Lids.
And when these lids seal, brother, let me tell you, you hear it seal. It's not just a pink, it's a ping.
It's a bam.
You hear them go down. They have a blue, I got one on out here, but they have a blue compound, which is a lot wider than some of the other ones. They work wonderful. Deeply in love with them. These 4 jars, Ball, Orchard, or Anchor, then Orchard, and Pure and Cure about the same, but in about that order what we've got as far as what I consider a good quality of lid. Rings are rings as long as it goes down.
Nope, no, you're not getting on the table.
It's beat up, rusty, as long as it goes down.
Honey.
There's my favorite cat, the world's greatest mouser in the world. She wants to go out. Maybe you can pick me back up at the cannery.
Hi you guys, so Kim is loading up the cannery with his pickled peppers, or soon to be pickled peppers, and I'm sure they're going to taste delicious.
Warm.
Be able to add them to everything from soups to stews to roasts to whatever we got going on here this winter. They'll taste spectacular come January or February, I'm sure. Right now I see all kinds of red in my tomatoes, and we've got some tomatoes changing, so that's a good thing. Some of my tomato plants at the south side of the garden are about done for the year, and when they're finished producing, we'll pull those guys to just let them be. Is that cucumber growing over there between the...
Oh, that's my acorn.
Oh, that's an acorn growing there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, I'm glad to see that. Hopefully it'll produce something. Y'all, I had to get out of my dress shirt and put on a sweatshirt. It got so cool.
All right.
Upstairs.
There's Water is above. It's pickling time.
Gosh, they've done good this year, haven't they? Those peppers.
Yeah, we're up on high. We're gonna bring them to a boil.
The water was still good, so we can use the water from the other day for making tomatoes, and that's a good thing.
And we try to conserve most we can.
The water that's goes bad, I just dump it right over there in the garden for the tomatoes and the cucumber.
The cucumber.
One cucumber.
Actually, hopefully we do get a little more rain. It's starting to get a little dry.
Is it?
So yeah, we got cracks in the yard again. It was about time to either use the rain barrel or pray for a little rain, and I believe we're going to get some. If not, I got a hose and I can go out and run the rain barrel. We have collections.
On the property, we do.
We'll just
they work really well for us.
drain a little water on the plants, let them keep growing. The ones that are about done, like those tomatoes over there, I won't worry about, but all this, I'd rather use rainwater as the city water.
Me too.
And I don't even know if my sprinkler would even go in there. I can't even see my
Pole
pole.
I know, it's there
My
somewhere.
pole is lost in the midst of the jungle over there, as Kitten would say. That's my jungle. Stay out of my jungle. So, alrighty, guys, we'll be right back with you. Okay? Talk to you in a few.
Right, you're on.
All right. Hi, everyone. These have been boiling long enough. Hot water bath. Bubbling inside. Take the water off. I have a batch of pickled jalapeno and chili peppers right there. Sliced and ready for a taco, burrito, enchiladas, all the good things. Show you a big jar. Everybody's a nice heavy roll and boil inside the jar. Aren't those pretty?
They're very pretty indeed.
They just are pretty. They're rolling right along. I think this is going to be a good canning episode. These peppers are no longer just peppers, but they're pickled.
Pickled peppers.
They're pickled peppers.
Just like the poem says.
I'm not Peter Piper, but
Or rhyme, whatever you want to
I am Kim, a pepper picker. And today I'm Kim making pickled peppers.
And Shay Kim put away all kinds of corn for me too.
I put away 30 years of corn this morning. And we've got some more peaches. I'm gonna make a peach episode. And then maybe on one of my unsupervised days, Kim might make some peach liqueur and some peach moonshine.
Ooh,
Peach,
I don't know if
peach
that's
pie.
not such a good
Oh
one.
no. Wait until you see the recipe. I gotta show you the recipe first. That's what made me fall in love with it.
Ugh.
But other than that, I've got 7 jars of fresh peppers.
They're very pretty for sure.
Put out to make some queso dip, chili. The long ones will make some beautiful Italian beef with them. It's going to be a grand occasion.
For Ronnie's birthday, we're going to make a roast beef with peppers in there. He loves everything hot, so I think you'll enjoy that for his birthday.
That's back on Christmas Eve, so we'll eat some of that then. Probably have some queso then. Andrew makes good queso mud. Good stuff. But anyway, gang, this is Kim Packs Pickled Peppers on Andrea Cans.
Fairly unsupervised.
Fairly unsupervised. So it doesn't take much to make peppers.
But I can work and he can can or get prep for me whatever needs to be done. So I really appreciate the help.
So there we go. Now I'm gonna light my grill and we're gonna commence to making some jalapeno poppers then some hamburgers, and some sweet corn. So then we're gonna have dinner. So we'll catch up with you again probably within a day or so. We got a bunch of peaches to go through. So this is Cam with Andrea Cans, and Miss Andrea is my camera lady today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I did. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Y'all.